Good morning, good evening, depending on where you are watching us from. Welcome back to our farm. This is your career farmer here, and you're back again for more updates about our farm. So, as you can see, I'm just standing beside our avocado, an avocado that actually it's giving us hope in so many ways. One of them being that it's a dry season, but at the rate at which these shoots are growing, it's also giving us hope that even our coffee, despite the challenges, it will still do better. So it's been a very dry moment, and although there are some small signs of rain, we are still on that dry season that is quite harsh to our farm, and we expect probably in the next few weeks we'll have some light showers so that we can have salvage our coffee. We have also have a challenge of not consistent supply of irrigation water, because of course it's also affected by the drought. So the demand is higher than the supply. So of course we have some rationing here and there. So it's not that consistent as we would expect. But we hope things will actually turn up at some point, and we are quite hopeful. So let me take you through the youngest section of this farm and the challenges that we are facing. As you can see, it is very dry, extremely dry, but we are hopeful that these seedlings will make it. They will surely make it. And we're also learning the aspect of taking risk, because this particular section we normally plant in the month of April during the wrong lanes, but this particular section we took a risk, and we planted in August, mid-August to be specific. So it's also a risk that we are learning from. It's not that bad. This probably could be from August to date, could be around mid-August to date, could be around 6 months, around 6 months to be precise. So 5 to 6 months. So, but it's not that bad, doing very well, and it's only a few, very few that actually dried. This one is still surviving, it's still pushing, pushing, despite, and it's very small. I think someone interfered with the leaves, so it's a new shoot. This one also, it's also giving us hope. It's grafted, as you can see from that section. We are 50-50 whether it's dry or it's still pushing. It has some signs of shoots, so that's why we are still hopeful that it will still make it. This one, there is hope. Sorry for that. This one, it's also pushing on. And one advice that you're normally given, especially at this particular time, this is not the time for you to come to do the weeding. Why? Because if you weed at this particular point and season, the retro moisture that is in the soil evaporates and expose now the coffee trees to more harsh conditions than it was before. So this one we still need to do some gapping. This one dried completely. This one doing very well. RUIRU 11 grafted. RUIRU 11 grafted. This one is still there but quite small, but we would expect more shoots once the rain hits. This one as well. So we can quantify and say of 95% actually survived. Here we have a small macadamia tree. This is a small macadamia tree. Actually, it's from this tree, if you can remember. It's from this macadamia tree. And still, we have some fruits. Few macadamia fruits. So, when the harvesting is not done properly, so some of these seeds actually end up germinating. So we might during the rainy season transfer these seedlings to another area because they can't actually grow together. So far so good. You remember us trying to rescue this from being stepped on by people who are passing by here. It's still doing exceptionally well. So still doing exceptionally well. And one may ask, how have you managed to make it survive despite the harsh condition and the inconsistency in terms of water supply? One of the techniques that we adopted is, instead of sprinkling the whole land, we were just watering the plant around it. So the retro water that we get, we just water around using a pipe. So this one will ensure that you have the plant have adequate water around it. This one completely dried. This one dried completely. Anyway, it's among the 5%, so we can't actually regret. This one doing fantastic. So we have 95% survival rate, which is quite commendable, being that we took a risk. And as you can see, we are still soldiering on. So this right at the end of the tunnel, we've cleared the maize, and now you can see the land properly. So this is where we planted all the way up to there. April, we project to do this section plus another section that is past this block. So there is hope, and propagation of coffee is somehow very easy compared to other plants, only if you do it properly. You need to do it properly. If you do things properly, definitely you're going to get something out of it. So I'm still having another section that I also want us to pay a visit. The one that I planted in the month of April last year. And I will show you the reason why I opt always do much of the planting in April and not any other month, because the survival rate is good, and we've not even bothered to water or do anything, because the plant is already at that of age to survive. So kindly, please learn the art of doing things right. Do planting in the month of April. So welcome back. This is a section that we planted in April last year, 2025. So we can actually say it's about, because we planted in mid-April, so must be around 8 plus 2, around 10 months, 9-10 months, 9-10 months. So I'm doing very well. This particular section, we had intercropped it with some flowers that actually we harvested and cleared the land, as you can see, and definitely you can see the bushes very nicely. So it is a learning process. Plant in April, you never regret. Plant in April, and you never regret, as you can see. So once the season of the long rains now hit, and we've already manured this plant, in a record of few months you start seeing a few flowers. This one I can bet. This one only needs like few months, rains, and spray of foliar feeds, so that's how you can stimulate now the growth. It was partially affected because it was shaded, and now that we've cleared the land, would highly expect serious shoots. So as you can see, some of them are very big, they're quite big, so they require only foliar feeds and some few irrigation. Probably in a month's time now we'll be kicking the season of long lanes. So, and it joins now the plants that the block that we did in the month of April. So I'm avoiding direct sunlight because of the quality of the video. So let me take you near and near. So this particular section, these ones I had planted them April 2024. As you can see, I didn't even do the gapping. It's doing fantastic, very nice. This is April 2024. We've not actually harvested much, but we expect, especially in the month of May, to harvest. But we have already harvested a few in the month of December. So in a record of less than 2 years, we've already harvested. So that is quite encouraging. And the reason why we do RUIRU grafted, it's because of 2 reasons. Number one, high yield. because RUIRU is known for yields. So this one we are going to harvest them as dry them as bony, high yield, and also the grafting of the SL and RUIRU give this plant an added advantage over the non-grafted RUIRU because the SL have very good root system. So, and it can actually go down and get water deep within the cells in meters and meters. Unlike now the pure RUIRU, which is shallow rooted, so it doesn't have that advantage of getting water, especially during the dry season. So it's rarely affected by the drought and also the yield and also the tolerance, because RUIRU 11 is highly tolerant to diseases that commonly affect the coffee. That is the coffee berry disease and also the reef rust. Those two are ruthless when it comes to farming. And those that are doing SL, pure SL, they can tell you it's not a joke. It's not a joke. You can see this kind of harvest, this kind of berries, and end up not harvesting even a single berry, especially with SL. So that's the reason why we have capitalized on RUIRU 11 grafted. So I'm just advising you, please, especially those farmers that are starting up their coffee farming journey, please be advised, start with RUIRU 11, especially if you are not well experienced in terms of handling and taking care of your plants. So take advantage of some of these advices that we are giving you so that you also don't fall into a trap. So this particular section, last week I shoot a video and ask about this particular disease, and I got a majority from especially my Facebook fans. They actually were more of the thrift. It is thrift, but it's surviving. But we also need to spray the foliar feeds, preferably zinc and boron, so that we can have ample good harvest. So thank you much for watching and supporting us. Please subscribe. I'm seeing much love from you guys, and I'm happy. It's quite encouraging. So welcome back as we learn together, as we succeed together. I know farming is a bit technical because it requires a bit of patience, but of course patience pays. So we'll one day review some of these videos and you actually get motivated by the kind of venture that we took. So thank you so much and God bless you.